Hi guys, my name's Will and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be discussing why Roman Bridges is probably the most underrated Ghostface in the whole entire Scream franchise.
Roman Bridger, director. And brother.
People rank the Ghostface killers. Roman Bridges is pretty much near the bottom. People often call him forgettable, complain about the twist, or dismiss Scream 3 altogether. But maybe we are judging him all wrong. Because whether you love him or whether you hate him, Roman probably accomplished something no other Ghostface has ever done. He planned out all the killing spree completely alone. So that's why today we are breaking down why Roman Bridges may be the most perfect Ghostface in all of the Scream franchise. One of Roman's biggest achievements is something that's easily overlooked. He didn't have a partner. Partner. He didn't have a partner. So you had Bill had Sue, Mickey had Mrs. Loomis, Jill had Charlie, Richie had Amber, and even Detective Quinn had Bailey. Well, Detective Bailey had Ethan and Quinn. Obviously, you've got Scream 7. We won't go into them killers because it was Stu Marker all along. But so Roman was different. Every phone call, every attack, every murder, every cover up, it was just one person. That makes Roman's success as Ghostface even more impressive than any other Ghostface in the franchise. Not only was he killing people, but he was directing stab free, keeping up appearances, and staying completely off everyone's radar until the very end. So whether he's your favourite Ghostface or your least favourite, that alone is a universal in-movie explanation. It is the most greatest balancing act of being Ghostface killer and being incognito that no one is going to suspect you. But Roman wasn't just a killer, he was a planner. Years before the events of Scream, he tracked down his biological mother, Maureen Prescott. After, obviously, she rejected him, Roman sought out to get revenge. But instead of going on the offensive immediately, he manipulated Billy, obviously by revealing the affair of Maureen Prescott and Billy's father. Now it's important to remember Bill and Stu made their own choices. Roman didn't force them to become killers, but his actions became part of a chain of events that eventually led to the events of the first Scream movie. Whether you like that twist or not, it gave Roman a unique place in the franchise's history. He's connected to the franchise all the way back to the first movie. I know a lot of people don't like that because they feel that aspect of the story in Scream 3, it takes it away from the Bill and Stu. It's like Bill and Stu diehards are like, what you do that for? It takes this whole, like, it basically lessens Bill and Stu, the flower pot man. It lessens there, what do you call it? It's like in Star Wars, this is a complete side note. So Anakin is the chosen one, and then obviously you get Rey. It lessens Anakin's sort of like notoriety in the movie and what they bring to the movie. So that the whole Roman situation brings Bill and Stu's notoriety of Ghostface, brings it down a peg, so it's not actually as high as people would like it to be. So whether I like it or not, it lessens their impact in the series as a whole. So Roman is one of Sydney's toughest fights and up until this point, really, in the franchise. So when Roman reveals himself to Sydney, she's like, "Who are you?" sort of thing. And then it is becoming, so she's just found out that is her, is it step or half brother? So that is emotionally demanding on her. And then the physical aspects of it, Roman just keeps coming. After multiple injuries, he just doesn't stay down. But Sydney uses everything she's learned from Scream 1, Scream 2, even Scream 3 right up until this point. That's how she feels. He's not just another copycat, but she uses everything in her power to make him stay down and stay dead. And that is a penultimate movie trilogy finale of everything she's been through in these movies. So that makes Roman Bridges one of her toughest opponents, or toughest Ghostface survival things. So yeah, we've got to the part of the video where it's why fans don't like him that much, and I've already covered it a little bit with the whole Bill and Stu scenario, how it lessens their notoriety in the franchise and their impact in the franchise. So he isn't universally loved as a Ghostface, we all know that. Me personally, I think he's one of the best Ghostfaces in the franchise. Some of the criticism, as I say, is understandable. It retcons the original murders, the Bill and Stu notoriety thing again. Others feel that he's not developed enough. Like, so with Bill and Stu, they're a lot through the movie. They're obviously a core part of the friend group, so they've got a big story arc. Mickey is obviously a part of the friend group. Mrs. Loomis is a reporter. With Roman Bridges' character, he's not really in the movie a lot. You see him at snippets. You just think he's a generic side character until obviously the final part where they're in that mansion or manor, whatever it is they're in. So yeah, that's what I do get, that he's not developed enough. But also Scream 3 had to tone down the virus to a much lighter tone. So Roman doesn't feel intimidating as the other killers. So those criticisms are fair, but they often overshadow everything that the character actually accomplishes in the movie. So basically, you can play off his side characterness by him being incognito until the final act. Wrap this all up in a tight little bow. Roman Bridges doesn't have to be your favourite Ghostface, but calling him the weakest actually undermines all that he's achieved. So he's only Ghostface to work alone. He stayed hidden until the finale. It manipulated events all the way at the start, and it created this bigger storyline instead of just this like small storyline over a movie. It created a whole larger spectrum of the Scream movies. He gave Sydney one of the hardest fights. So Roman isn't the greatest Ghostface, but he might be the Scream franchise's most underrated Ghostfaces. So what do you think? Is Roman Bridges one of your favourite Ghostfaces? Do you think he's underrated? Let me know what you think on the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.